Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I am going to start with a niggun that is actually a melody that was written for a specific prayer called Eloheinu Shama, a blessing that thanks God for breathing the breath of life into us and giving us our souls. We will actually be praying this blessing later. But for now, I'm just going to sing the melody. Feel free to join in or to simply take it in. Yadai, 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 yadai. Yadai, 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 yadai. Yadai, 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 yadai. Yadai, yadai, This week we read Parashat Vayakhel. It is the penultimate portion in the book of Exodus, and we are continuing to talk about the tabernacle, the portable sanctuary that the Israelites constructed and carried with them in their wanderings in the wilderness. God called upon a specific person to do the oversight and oversee the construction and the design of the sanctuary. That person's name was Bezalel, and his name is actually a play on three words. Oh my God, I can't do this again. Yadai, 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 Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai yai dai dai, yai dai dai yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yada 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 yada. This week's Torah portion is Parashat Vayakhel. It continues the description of the design and construction of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the portable sanctuary that the Israelites are crafting and carrying with them through the wilderness. To oversee this project, its design and its construction, God chooses a man named Bezalel, who is a gifted artisan. He is a wise person. And his name is interesting because if you break it down into three parts, it can translate to mean in God's shadow. And there is a midrash or a legend that attaches the story to how Bezalel came to have this name. It's really a story that explains this pun. So we read in the Torah that God says to Moses, tell Bezalel to make the tabernacle. It's the actual structure of the sanctuary, the ark. That's what holds the commandments. And then the vessels, all the little small things that the priests need to offer sacrifices. Then the Midrash tells us that when Moses relays this message to Bezalel, he either gets forgetful or a little bit sloppy. And he says to Bezalel, God would like you to construct the ark and the vessels and the tabernacle. So he gets the items out of order. And Bezalel turns toward Moses, his leader, his mentor, and he says in a very humble way, Moses, my teacher, usually when an architect constructs a house, they have to build the house first before they can build the furniture, because if they built the furniture first, there would be no place to put it. And this is Bezalel's way to say, are you sure you didn't get it wrong? I'm pretty sure that God would have asked to first build the tabernacle and then the ark and then the vessels. And Moses replies in amazement, with as much respect for Bezalel as Bezalel has for him, saying, you must have been in God's shadow to have overheard what he said. In God's shadow, B is in, Sal is shadow, and El is God. Now, it really didn't take much for Bezalel to correct that order of things, and being an architect and a designer, he would want to get that in order. Whereas it's so sweet that Moses says, you must be so close with God, as close to being God's shadow, that you have understanding of what God wanted. Well, I think that this is really about any of us being Bezalel, being in God's shadow, by tuning in, by being alert to what we're hearing, what we're being asked to do by God or others or of ourselves, and also to have this understanding that we are ourselves a mishkan in our physicality, in our bodies, and that we house the ark of our center, and that contains the soul, which is the part of ourselves that is directly connected always to God in our breathing and in our being. So I would like us to use that understanding of ourselves as a mishkan, as something that is both physical and deeply spiritual, for our meditation today. So in just a moment, we are going to offer some opportunity for just some quiet breathing. But I would first like you to take in two of the morning blessings that we offer every single day. The first is the blessing for our body, and the next is the blessing for our soul. So before we do that, please make yourself comfortable and at the same time prepared. Let go of anything you might be holding. I'll invite you to close your eyes and imagine now your body as the Mishkan, as the sanctuary that is the dwelling place for God. And imagine that God created this body for the explicit purpose of having a place to dwell and a place to hold the spirit. First, I offer this prayer for the body, and you can offer it too in simply taking in the words. And you can also feel free at the end to say Amen if that feels right to you. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, source of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating its many openings and hollow spaces. It is obvious and known before your throne of glory that if even one of them wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals flesh, who works wondrously. Take in the offering of that prayer. Tune in to the marvelous function and design that exists with you and in you. Those pipelines, those hollow spaces, everything that runs through them and around them. Simply notice them, and that is an offering of gratitude.
Hi, I'm good. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Imagine if you could hear what everything sounded like in there. The blood rushing, the heart pumping, synapses igniting. Imagine the symphony that's happening within. all constructed by a gifted hand. As you're exploring the wonder of your body from the inside, also notice if there's any tension anywhere, and if so, try to release it. If your shoulders are a little elevated, relax them. If your eyelids are in any way feeling tension, release them.
Adult human has 2 eyes.
Now we're going to move to our breath. Just notice your breath. And just take in the wonder of how it is a part of the entirety of you that comes from outside of yourself, tying you to the rest of the world and to God. Now think of that sacred space deep within you, your Aron HaKodesh, your holy ark, and the soul that is protected deep within you, and that protects you. And take in this prayer. My God, the soul which you bestowed in me is pure. You created and formed it. You breathed it into me, and within me, you sustain it. So long as I have breath, therefore, I will give thanks to you, my God, the God of all ages, source of all being, loving guide of every human spirit. Blessed are you, Adonai, who implants souls in bodies. Be with your soul. The effortlessness of your soul. Just imagine your breath being drawn in and leaving and surrounding every part of you, physical and spiritual, and embracing each part of you and filling every hollow space with God's presence. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehuahi. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehuahi. Ata berata, ata yitzarta, ata nefachta bi. Ve'ata mishamra, mishamra bikirbi. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehuahi. Yadadai, yadadai, yadai, 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 yadai. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or to slowly open your eyes. Imagine they are the windows of your Mishkan that bring in light and express the beauty that is cultivated within. In a moment, I will close with a poem. And I invite you this week to carry with you this understanding that you too are B'Tzalel, you too are in God's shadow. That is how close you are, because you are the Mishkan and you carry God's spirit within. It's all tangled up in the you-ness of you. This is taken from the longer prayer, the longer poem of I Sing the Body Electric by Walt Whitman. Feel free to read along with me, keep your eyes open, or close your eyes or keep them closed if you haven't opened them. Oh, my body, I dare not desert the likes of you in other men and women, nor the likes of the parts of you. I believe the likes of you are to stand or fall with the likes of the soul, and that they are the soul. The voice, articulation, language, whispering, shouting aloud, food, drink, pulse, digestion, sweat, sleep, walking, swimming, poise on the hips, leaping, reclining, embracing, arm curving and tightening, the continual changes of the flex of the mouth and around the eyes, the skin, the sunburnt shade, freckles, hair, the circling rivers, the breath, and breathing it in and out, the thin red jellies within you or within me, the bones and the marrow in the bones. Oh, I say, these are not the parts and poems of the body only, but of the soul. Oh, I say now, these are the soul. Boker Or. I wish you light, I wish you clarity. I wish you presence in God's shadow as you move through this week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I know there were a couple of bumps in that one, but thanks for joining. She really wanted to keep up the momentum of these. So, you know, it's not so easy to pre-tape these, but one more and then she will be back. So we will see you next Monday. Thanks so much.